Hello, I am Christina Marlette, creator of Dance All Ways and Dancing Life Lessons, where we teach women how to have happier, more fulfilling lives by using dance not just as an art form, but as a means, as a tool for personal development. How would you like to feel really, really good about yourself? How would you like to love yourself and love all parts of your life? Can you imagine feeling happy all day, every day, or at least most of the day, and having positive, meaningful connections with all the people in your life, whether it's your spouse or your partner or your kids or your colleagues? Can you imagine having positive interactions continually and then feeling so much gratitude because of all the good things that come into your life? Imagine feeling totally fulfilled and a deep sense of peace and satisfaction. Sound too good to be true? For most women, that lifestyle that I just painted a picture of is so far from reality that we don't even know it exists. Most women I know are overwhelmed, overscheduled, totally busy, and running around doing everything for anyone who asks them, but never actually taking time for themselves. And if that's not the case, then they're stuck in a rut. So maybe that is more someone like you, or you have so much going on that you're totally numb and you've stopped feeling. And so a lot of women will try to make things better. They'll try reading books, or going to a class maybe, or talking with friends, or going to a personal development course. And so many women are scared to take a look inside because they're afraid of what they'll find. So numb is a much better place, and they fill up that emptiness by overscheduling and being busy so that they never actually have to face the truth. So I can identify with all of those things that I just listed because a couple of years ago, that was me. I was overwhelmed with my life. I was totally overscheduled, like running around like a chicken with my head cut off, not knowing what to do next. And the other thing is that I was really busy, but not with anything that was really, really important, that filled me up. And I didn't feel like that I was producing anything meaningful or of value. I was also very quiet, maybe hard to believe now. I was so reserved and totally uncomfortable with new situations, so I just avoided them. And I realize now that I was living in a mild state of constant anxiety and stress. And because of this, I reacted very ineffectively to most of the challenges that life threw at me. For example, if someone said something to me that bothered me, I would stew about it and think about it and decide how am I going to approach that person about it. So it would eat me up from the inside. I would wait for days, if not weeks or months, before I would ever even say anything to that person so that I could even begin to solve the problem. So that was a major issue. And then another thing that I realize now is that my tank was pretty much empty. I was so busy doing things for other people that I forgot about me. And I know this is so common for many, if not most women. We are givers. We want to make people happy. We want to do things for other people, and we think that's what fills us up. And to a certain extent it does. But unless we take time for ourselves to do things that we love or grow as a person and expand and evolve, our tanks are on empty, and then it makes it very hard to give effectively to anyone else, let alone ourselves. The last issue that I had was that I worked very hard to live up to the image that I had created for myself, that I thought I had to live up to please so many other people. And like, for instance, I thought that it was very important at Christmas to make 6 to 10 different kinds of Christmas cookies, and so I would just make silly choices around that time of the year and make myself so stressed, and that was just one little thing. But I thought, oh, I've always done this, so I have to keep on doing this. So clearly, I had a lot of issues, and I know a lot of women can identify with these issues because we talk about them all the time. The funny thing is, I thought I was very happy. I thought my life was great. And I had a husband who loved me. I had close relationships with my family, and a job and things that I really enjoyed doing. But what I realize now, because I'm in such a different place, is that it was a very superficial level of happiness. And I know that I wasn't completely happy, because one of my ongoing jokes for myself was that I was dead inside. I heard it on Friends. I heard Chandler say he was dead inside, and I thought, that's funny. And so I joked about it a lot, and what I realize now is that actually that's how I did feel. I felt dead inside. And here's the funny thing about denial is you don't know you're in denial until you've come through it. So I used it as a joke. It was someone trying to send me a message telling me there's so much more you could have. And finally I realized, oh, okay, life can be so much better. So 2 things happened actually that led me to change my outlook on life. The first thing was I started taking much better care of myself by taking more time for me. So I started going to personal development courses. I hired a life coach, and both of those things helped immensely. And then the other thing that I realized was the power of dance. And so I've danced my whole life. I started taking lessons when I was 5, and I've been doing it ever since. And I've taught a lot of dance since then, since I stopped taking lessons. And what I realized is that dance is incredibly powerful. And so there's one specific instance that I remember at one of my personal development courses where we were asked to dance a bunch of different emotions. And it brought up a lot of stuff for me, because I hadn't been used to feeling emotions so deeply. But moving my body into them, wow, that was huge. And we were asked to dance gratitude. And I had heard the word, I said thank you a lot, but up until that point, I didn't understand how powerful gratitude is. And it was because I danced it and fully integrated it into every cell of my body. Looking back, I realized that, like so many girls do when they're teenagers, I had built a wall around my heart, and I had been living outside of that wall. I let very few people in and didn't really have very many close connections with other people, let alone with myself. And so because of these personal development courses, taking better care of myself and realizing how powerful dance can be, my life has totally changed. All of those problems I listed before, they're non-issues for me now. I am so much happier, a much deeper sense of peace. I love who I am. I am totally willing to take time for myself because I know how powerful it is. And so naturally, because I've learned all of these things and I feel so great about my life now, I want to share it with people and teach what I have learned so that other people can feel lifted up. Other women can feel lifted up and realize how powerful they are and how much better life can be. So I have put together a totally new concept, as far as I can tell, with personal growth, and they are called Dancing Life Lessons. So what I'm doing is taking all of the deepest lessons I learned that have had the most effect on my life after having gone through 2.5 years of very regular personal development courses. I've taken the most powerful lessons and combined them with a dance lesson. So not only do you get to learn new styles of dance or get better at styles that you already know, but they're attached to a life lesson. And what I realized is dance is like a mirror, and how you take a dance class is how you're living your life. And for the most part, when we're having issues in our life, our challenges are obvious to everyone else, but not to us. So by doing these dancing life lessons, it's like holding up a mirror, and you get to take a look in your mirror and see, oh, that's something that I could really work on, or that's holding me back. So I want you to be happier than you've ever been before. That life I talked about at the beginning of the video, that is what I want for you. I love it when people grow and expand and are happier as human beings. And I especially love it when it's done through dance classes. So like I mentioned, I've been teaching dance for many years now. I've taught thousands of people to dance, And the comments that I got started leading me to believe, oh, there is something much deeper to dance than we realize. People come up to me and say, oh, I didn't want to do this when I started, but I feel so good now. I didn't know I could move like that. And so here on my very low-tech sheet, and I did that on purpose. I could have done some fancy PowerPoint presentation, but this is one of the things I've learned, is that connection is very important. So I just want to talk to you, just like we're having a conversation, and make it informal and casual, just like the dancing life lessons are going to be. So if you want to have a happier life, there are 3 steps. The first one is knowing where you're at right now. And remember, I mentioned that I didn't even know that I wasn't really happy because I was kind of numb. So are you someone who goes through life like this? Or maybe you're just okay, kind of numb. Or maybe you're totally frazzled and stressed and frantic and always late for things and rushing around and everything's an emergency. So if you get nothing else from this video, at least start to observe how are you living your life, and do you like where you are? The second step is knowing what you do want. And so many people don't get what they want because they don't even know or identify what they want. So in general, I think most people would love a happy life and fulfilling and feeling satisfied and a deep sense of peace. So that's the ideal. Are you there? If you are, fantastic. And if not, if you're living more like here, maybe something like dancing life lessons would be appropriate for you. So I've already explained what they are, and I know from my personal experience and from the people I've guided through already that you can go from any of these states, do a dancing life lesson or a series of them, and have a much happier life. So I want to give you a gift now. You're probably, if dance is totally outside of your realm of experience, you're probably thinking, I didn't even know that you could do that for dance. So I want to give you an example, a free example. It's my gift to you right now. I want to share a dancing life lesson with you, with one of the important life lessons that I learned. So all you're going to need, number 1, an open mind. Number 2, a pen and a piece of paper. And number 3, a willingness to actually get up and do the dancing life lesson. You will get much more results if you do it versus watching it. If you decide to watch it and think you're going to do it later, at the end, at least schedule some time right away so that you can do the dancing life lesson. It's under half an hour, I think. So all you need is 30 minutes, an open mind, pen and paper, and a willingness to get up off your seat. And just 2 more things. Dance is extremely powerful because, number 1, the human body is made to move. So if you've been sitting watching this, maybe parts of you are falling asleep, and that is because we are meant to move. We are moving beings, and that's why it was so powerful for me to go from knowing cognitively about gratitude to actually feeling gratitude in every cell of my body. And the second thing is that we all have issues that get stuck in our tissues. And if you're not doing anything actively to get them out, they are piling up and leading to this kind of state of mind. So I have a mantra, and I hope it gets stuck in your head, because then it will cause you to do something for yourself. So it is, I have issues in my tissues, gotta move to get them out. I have issues in my tissues, got to move to get them out. I have issues in my tissues, got to move to get them out. So I hope that gets stuck in your head. I hope it gets you to get moving, and let's get right into the dancing life lesson. Before we start dancing, it would be helpful to know what kind of dance we're doing and the life lesson. So I'm going to show that to you now. When I learned this life lesson, it was huge. It changed everything for me. It blew my paradigm out of the water, turned it upside down on its head, and affected everything I did from then on up until now. So this is a very important lesson, especially for women. Now, what is it, Christina? I'm so excited to learn it. It is that 100% is 100%. And that was a lot of buildup for something that seems totally obvious. But it is a valuable lesson, even more so when it's done through dance. Now, here's the benefit of the dancing life lesson. We get to experience this statement with the mind and the body. So much more powerful than just knowing it cognitively. And I have to say, when I learned this physically, then that statement made sense. It meant nothing to me before that. So if you're still wondering, okay, what is she talking about? Then wait until you do the dancing life lesson. Now, I just touched on this, but when you hear something, or when you see something, you understand it cognitively. You know it, in here. But most of your life needs to be directed from here, from your heart. So when you do physical action to understand a concept, then you understand it with your heart. Huge difference. If you've never experienced it, you won't know what I'm talking about until you do the dancing life lesson. So how are we going to learn this? What style of dance? Well, it is going to be my tape is very sticky, some good old-fashioned jazz. And maybe you were getting freaked out and thinking, oh, we're going to be doing that creepy kind of dance with writhing on the floor and heavy breathing and going within. And I have nothing against that kind of dance. I like doing it, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, especially when you're just starting out. So we're going to ease into the dance experience. We're going to do a nice jazz routine that will help us understand that 100% is 100%. You can't do any better than your best. So let's get dancing. Great, let's get started with a little jazz combination. I'm going to teach you the steps as we go along, and then we'll just do them in the order that we've learned them. So if you're still just standing or sitting there, get up and just try it with me. See what happens. I'm going to show you our first step. It's called sugars. They look like this. So here's how they work. You're going to step onto your right foot, and both of your knees are going to twist to your right. I'm mirroring you. And then you're going to take a step on your left foot, and everything twists to the left. So we're going step and twist, 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 twist. Shoulders are staying pretty much forward. And we're going to speed them up a little bit. Sugar 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Now when the music comes on in a little bit, jazz often starts on the count of 8 at the end of a phrase instead of on 1 at the beginning. So I'm going to count you in like this. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to start together going towards the right on 8. So here's what it looks like. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're doing 8, but we finish on 7. So try that with me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. From there, we're going to do step touch to the right. Step touch. Touch means you don't change your weight. So you're ready for another step touch. Step touch. Let's try that from the beginning. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step touch, step touch. Good. Last part of this little first phrase, we're going to run in a circle starting on our right foot, going that way, which would be counterclockwise for both of us. So we've done step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really matter, just run in whichever direction you want. So that whole phrase looks like this. Do it with me if you like, or if you just want to watch, that's okay too. It goes sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it together, and then we'll try it with the music. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. Great, let's do it with the music. Got some Billie Holiday. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. Run 4. 5, 6, 7, sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Excellent. You're still with me. Way to go. Next part is going to be a step called a hitchy-coo or a Lindy hop. I'll show it to you first. It goes bum-ba-dum, do-do, bum-ba-dum, do-do. So what we're doing is step together, step. Just try that with me with your right foot. Step together, step, and then we're going to do a ball change or a rock step, which means step all the way back, step all the way front. And then we go the other way. Step together, step, ball change, step together, step, ball change, step together, step, ball change, step together, step, ball change. I'm going to turn around so you can see and do it with me facing the back. So we're going to go right foot, step together, step, back, front, 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 little bit faster, back, front, step together, step, ball change, step together, step, ball change, step together, step, little bit faster, bum ba dum, ball change, bum ba dum, change, bum ba dum, ball change, bum ba dum, ball change. If you find this challenging, it is challenging on purpose. You will find out why in a moment. So we do 2 of those, one each way, starting to the right. We just finished run 2, 3, 4. We have a hold for 1 count. Then we go Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change. So let's try that actually from the beginning, from the sugars. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, 2, 3, 4, hold, Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change. Good, and then to finish off this little phrase, we're going to do 2 push turns. They look like this. Push, turn, push, turn. So the dynamics of a push turn are this. You're going to step forward and put weight on both your feet with the right foot, up onto your toes and unwind. If you try to go the other way, it will be very hard because your legs are crossed. So you unwind in the only way that is comfortable, and then you take your right foot again. I know this is my left foot. I'm mirroring you, and do the same thing. So it turns you around twice. I'm going to do it to the side to show you what it looks like from the footwork. So we go step, unwind, then all your foot weight comes onto your left foot so that you can step forward again, step, unwind. So let's just do a bunch of those push turns. Right foot ready, and push, turn, 2 more, push, turn, turn. All right, so let's do that. Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change, push, turn, turn. Here we go. 5, 6, ready, and Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change, push, turn, turn. Let's do that much again. 5, 6, 7, 8, Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change, push, turn, turn. From the beginning, without music, and then I'll put on the music and we'll do the whole thing up to there with the music. You are doing great. If you're still watching and you're still dancing, awesome. You are going to get the lesson out of this for sure. So, starting from the sugar on the count of 8, here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. And Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change, push, turn, turn. Great, with the music. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4. Lindy hop, ball change, Lindy hop, ball change, push, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4, wait, Lindy hop, change, Lindy hop, ball change, push, turn, one more time for good luck. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, step, touch, run, 2, 3, 4, hold, Lindy hop, ball change, push, turn. Alright, we're almost there. We have one more little phrase to do, and it starts with something you already know, sugars. So we just finished step, slide in. Now we're going to do 8 more sugars. Sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it's 8 because I said sugar and then count to 7. So that's 8. And then we're going to do something called black bottoms. They look and sound like this. Black bottom, because maybe you're hitting yourself so many times it turns black. I don't know. Here's how they work. You take your right hand and you go slap, slap. And then you jump forward, right foot, left foot. So we're going ba-da, ba-da, and then everything changes and goes backwards. So you're slapping the front, back, back. Da-da, forward, forward, da-da, back, back. Do-do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da. From the side, it looks like this. And there should be a sound from your hands. So make sure you are slapping yourself with enough vigor to make a sound. From the back, it looks like this. So it's like a pendulum action going forward and back. We do sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. We just do one of those. All that work for just one little step. So let's do that again from the sugars. Ready? And sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. And then our grand finale is a step chug, like that. So let me break it down for you. The feet, you step kind of on a diagonal with your right foot, pick up your left foot, and then you're going to pick up your heel and do a little chug. So watch my foot, it's going chug, and a snap of the ankle to boot. So you're going step, chug, chug. Let's just do a bunch of those. They don't really travel too much. You're just going on the diagonal. So you're going step, chug, step, chug. And it shouldn't look pretty. It's all bent and angled. Step, chug. Keep your knees bent. And you're kind of crouched over in a slouch. Arms are going point, shake, point, shake, point, shake, point, shake. Like I have an idea. I have another one. So many ideas. Da-da-da-da. All right, so let's do the feet with the arms, just a little step chug. Right foot ready. Here we go. Step, chug, step, chug. Couple more. Last 2. Again, all that work just for 2 little chugs. So after the black bottoms, da-da-da-da, step, chug. That whole last phrase is sugars, 8 of them. 1 black bottom on each foot, 1 chug on each foot. Let's try it all together. 5, 6, 7, sugar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and black bottom. Step, chug. Again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, black bottom. Step, chug. All right, whole thing with the music. Here we go. All right, whole thing with the music from beginning to end. Here we go. 6, 5, 6, 7, sugar, 1. Step, touch. Running in a circle. Lindy hop. Push, turn. Push. Jazz square. Step, slide. Now sugars. Black bottom. That's it. That's the whole thing. Let's do it again. 6, 5, 6, 7, sugar, 1. Step, touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, Lindy hop. Push, turn. the dancing life lesson part. I'm going to put on the music, and you're going to perform the routine for me or for yourself. And I'm not going to help you, I'm just going to put on the music. And after you have performed it once, giving your 100%, you're going to do a quick written exercise. So that will be given to you shortly after that. You can just write down the answer to the question, and then I will be right back. So do the routine once, 100% very best, and then do your reflection, and then I'll see you again.
Remember the night you said, I love you. Remember you vowed by all the stars above you. Remember we found a lonely spot, and after I learned to care a lot, you promised that you'd forget me not, but you forgot to remember.
Great, that should be enough time to finish your written work. Now, did you actually write down the answer? And this is just an observation. There's no judgment from me, of course. But did you write down your answer? And if you think about, well, if you didn't, why? Why didn't you? And that should tell you something about yourself. So you can just reflect on that. And if you did write out the answer, good for you. You are committed to becoming a better version of yourself. So, ready for the big aha? No matter what you put down, you did give 100%. And so many people, as soon as they finish doing something, that little voice starts going, could have done better. You didn't do your best. And it can get nasty after that, right? I'm sure you've heard that little voice. You could have done so much better, and then on from there. But guess what? You did give 100%, and that, when I learned that lesson at one of my personal development courses, that was huge. You do the best with what you have when you have it, and then after that, you do better because you know better. So if you did this combination again, could you do it better? Absolutely you could, because now you have a new 100%. So give yourself credit. We need to turn that little voice that's always going off at us into our best friend instead of our biggest critic. So we're going to do the combination again. And this time let's set 100% standard. What is 100% going to be for you? Is it going to be getting through from beginning to end without a mistake? Is it going to be 100% energy? Is it going to be 100% joy of movement? So set your intention for this time. We're going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to put on the music and put on, the music. And you're going to do the combination again. I'll remind you of the steps before we get going. And then you'll have a second reflection that you'll be able to fill out. So let's just walk through the combination one more time to set you up for 100% success. It has the sugar, that's not sugar, a sugar, 8 of them, and then step touch, and run in a circle, and then the Lindy Hop ball change, and then the push turn, followed by the jazz square, and then the step slide. Next come the sugars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, black bottom, step, chug. All right, now it is your turn. Good luck with your new 100%.
Remember the night you said, I love you. Remember you vowed by all the stars above you. Remember, remember we found a lonely spot, and after I learned to care a lot, you promised that you'd forget me not, but you forgot to remember.
Great. Now, hopefully you've written down the answer to number 2. If you still didn't, why not? Just take an observation. How is that showing up in other areas of your life? And I'm going to assume the best from you, so you did write down your answer. And now we're going to talk just a little bit about the conditioned mind. So the conditioned mind, I had no idea what it was. If you do, congratulations, you're so much further ahead than I was 2 years ago. So your conditioned mind is what tries to keep you safe. Some people call it your ego. Some people call it your critic, your inner critic, your conditioned mind. And what your conditioned mind loves is safety. It wants to keep you safe and the same forever. If you notice your life is becoming boring, then your conditioned mind is winning. So what I'm attempting to do with this activity is to show you that it's okay to not listen to your conditioned mind, because that is the one who's telling you that 100% wasn't actually 100%, it was more like 80%, and wait, come to think of it, it was more like 75%, I could have done so much better, and it beats you up because it wants you to stay safe, and safe probably isn't doing your best at jazz dance right now. If this is a brand new thing for you and you're still with me, congratulations, you are winning over your conditioned mind. So we want to turn that conditioned mind into our #1 fan, our supporter. And if it just keeps on saying negative stuff, you just, thanks for your opinion, but I am more than that. I did give 100%. And it sounds ridiculous at first to talk to yourself like that, but once you get into the habit of it, you will start to suppress those negative messages, or you just get better at ignoring them, because that conditioned mind, it grows with you. That's the bad news. The better of a person you become, the less your problems are. Your conditioned mind tries harder to grab you in and push you down and keep you exactly the same and totally safe. But totally safe is boring. That's why I'm so glad you're still with me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try that combination one more time, a third time through, doing your 100% best. And here's the gift you get to give yourself. Before you even start, know that you are going to do your 100% best for this moment, in this time, regardless of your past experience, regardless of what your conditioned mind is saying, regardless of your dance experience up until this point. And if you totally are struggling with the steps, who cares? Do some sort of dance while the music's on and just go for it and give your 100% best. There is no prize at the end, no trophy for the best jazz dancer. I'm assuming you're doing this alone. So just take the time, do 100%, give yourself the gift. You know you're going to do 100%. Last time through the combination, and I'll be right back.
Remember the night you said, I love you. Remember you vowed by all the stars above you. Remember we found a lonely spot, and after I learned to care a lot, you promised that you'd forget me not, but you forgot to remember.
So that is an example of a dancing life lesson, taking what most people see as an end to itself, a little dance lesson, a dance combination, but adding on a personal growth aspect to make dance the medium for helping yourself grow as a person. So you've done the written work so far. If you have, give yourself a pat on the back. And here's where the real work starts. So what you're going to do now is just take a moment and reflect, what was the biggest aha that came out of this lesson? What came up for you? It might be related to what we were doing, or you might have noticed something completely different about yourself. But likely it's something that is holding you back from making progress in your life and ultimately being a happier person. So take a moment and write down your biggest takeaway from today. And after you're done that, I will give you some more thoughts. All right, so you've got your takeaway. Now, what I would love for you to do, and for this to have the most impact, is to do a daily reflection on this takeaway and just see where it's showing up and how it's showing up in your life. So I'm going to make it really easy for you. I'm going to give you access to a worksheet, print them off, and put them by your bed, and take 5 minutes each night to just reflect on how that takeaway showed up for you during your day, and if you've noticed any changes because of it. So there'll be instructions on the worksheet. At the very least, take some time to think about it at the end of the day, but ultimately, if you want to become a really happy, successful, positive, productive person, you're going to do the written work. It's just 5 minutes before you drift off to sleep. And so that is the dancing life lesson that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to give you a good service by doing this. I am so grateful to you, and I honor you for completing this video. And I have another one coming to you again next week. It'll be different from today, so it'll be a different life lesson. I'm really excited to share it with you. And what I've done is I've taken the lessons that have had the biggest impact on me from my past 2 years of intensive personal growth courses. So I just narrowed down the best information, and I'm turning it into dancing life lessons in hopes that it will help improve your life as much as it has for me. So I am really excited that you've done this with me. I can't wait to send you the next video, so stay tuned next week. I am Christina Marlette, creator of Dance Always and Dancing Life Lessons. I thank you for dancing with me, and the world thanks you for dancing.